I'm Nicolette Karelle.
And I'm Karelle Chase.
And we're representing the East Waikato Science Fair from Ronzel College. We aimed to find out whether early elective once-a-day milking for 3 months in late lactation was viable or more economically viable. So we assessed a few different things.
Yeah, we used indicators like cow health, economics and production to back up.
Well, firstly we phoned up a few farmers from around our district and selected some on basis of a first questionnaire that we sent out, which asked them things about their herd size, whether they were spring calving, and whether they were once a day or twice a day. And so then after we worked that out, we had 3 herds of each, so we had 3 herds once a day and 3 herds twice a day, and they were spread quite a far distance around our district. And then we did body condition scoring.
So we went to a body condition score seminar run by Dairy NZ to learn how to condition score cows, so that we'd be doing it at the same level as the rest of the
country. When we did our body condition scores, we did 4 body condition scores for each herd. We did 1 at pre-dry off, 1 at dry off, 1 at mid-dry off, and 1 at calving. And so then we averaged out the results of all of our herds and put them onto these graphs that are shown on our board. Once we had those graphs, we used the body condition score change to work out our economics of how much it actually costs in difference to be on once a day or twice a day. And so we worked out the kilograms of dry matter per condition score change.
In our questionnaires, we had questions about production, so we got the farmers to give us the production of their herd, and then we used that to figure out the production per cow.
After we gathered all the body condition scores, we averaged them out and found that there was actually little or no difference between the twice a day and the once a day herds in our trial. We also found that there were actually more cows in the once a day herd that were in lower body condition scores, which isn't very good. But the production for the twice a day herds was more, but the main difference in our results was the kilograms of dry matter that the once a day cows needed to gain the condition score that we saw throughout our trial. So the cows in the once a day herds didn't have to gain as much condition score, therefore the farmers didn't have to put as much feed into their cows to get them to the right condition score at the end. Also, we found out that after reviewing all of our data, that it's not only the electrical and labour costs that are saved in the once a day program, but the stress levels of the cows and the energy levels of the cows that they have usually been using walking to the farm producing milk, that they could be using in putting on more weight or getting ready for calving.
In our trial, we had one of the twice a day herds was a high input feeding farm, which affected our results because since they were feeding their cows more, it meant their cows had more condition than the rest of the herds.
And they also milked for longer. Well, so in conclusion, we find that once a day is partly viable in the facts that in the production and in the body condition scores we saw little or no difference between the two, but in the economic side of things, once a day we found to be better than twice a day. However, this is also very hard to measure because you can't measure the exact amount of feed input that they've been put into the cows and the exact amount of the amount that the milk is costing, the payout rate. So it's hard to manage what that is. Also, at the moment we're only genetically selecting cows for twice a day, and so this could also work on cows that work better on cows that have been genetically selected for once a day. We've also had a lot of feedback from farmers that they do this year after year after year and think that it is better for their cows and for them in lifestyle choices and in areas such as the cows, they think that they're happier and they think that they're going to be giving them more milk in the next season. One of our farmers has also said that he personally doesn't think that it would work with Friesian cows, whereas Jersey cows it would work a lot better with. So there are a lot of outlying variables that we can't measure or we can't record. Another variable that was that greatly affected our data was that this year the Waikato was officially declared a drought zone. So this affected a lot of our data and made herds produce differently to what they normally would.